What's up, everybody? This is Dominate Social Engagement with Dominique. Hey, you guys. All right, so I wanted to talk to you guys about how to get leads, and I wanted to actually go over this in a little bit more in depth. So I'm going to be talking about getting the leads and the conversation on how to convert these leads into converting them into sales later. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to switch over to my personal profile here because I'm actually in the middle of an event that was going on that Grant Cardone. If you guys know who Grant Cardone is, he's a multi-million dollar... Oh, excuse me for 1 second. Sorry about that. He is a multi-million... he has sold over $3 billion worth of real estate, and he is a multi-million dollar entrepreneur. Okay. All right. Sorry, I can't talk and text at the same time, so I'm just going to be logging into my personal profile here, and then I'm going to go to my saved post. All right. So how many of you are like in affiliate marketing or have an MLN or is a freelancer, you're a poet, musician, an artist, anything. This can go into anything, okay? Let me tell you. All right, so for this project here, sometimes my Zoom doesn't really act right, but I get a lot of prompts and everything like that, error messages. Okay, so, since for those who don't know who I am, my name is Dominique. I help people scale their businesses through social engagement. All right, not just online, but offline as well. All right, I'm a coach and a mentor as well. All right, so this is a little event that Grant Cardone has had. It's called the 10X Growth Challenge, okay? All right, and this is a Facebook group that I'm currently in. And, you know, when we say, like, how do we get, like, a lot of engagement on a post or something like that, you kind of have to, like, figure out different ways. Like, if you are a problem solver, okay? It doesn't matter if you're a poet, musician, and real estate, anything, brick and mortar. It's like this. You have to take a problem that everybody's having and a problem that you have solved before, mastered it, and now you're teaching others. Take like a question, an open-ended question where it makes people think that they're afraid to answer the question and engage with the conversation. And, you know, these little groups, like, sometimes I don't even care. Sometimes I start arguments just to, you know, get the crowd going. You know, you ever throw a chair in the crowd and, like, everybody starts fighting? No, don't do that. But anyway, yeah, that's exactly how the way I do it. So this is like a little... like a little, hey, how's it going? I'm new to the group. And I basically just said, where are all of my 10Xers at? Where are you coming from? Me, Seattle, Washington. And of course, I'm going to get a lot of, engagement and stuff. Now, this is not really the right way to, like, get, like, a whole bunch of people to your group. This is kind of like, I don't know, I want to say, like, a little bit of a selfish way of doing this, and I'll give you another example as well later on. Just stick with me to the end of the video. All right, so here's all of these comments and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do, most times I normally try to find somebody who has a certain problem and they are interested in maybe one of my services or something like that. Or if I post up something that they may seem interested. So I pulled up the like part of this number right over here. I pulled it up, and here's a whole bunch of people, right? All right. So I'm not gonna go to the tab right here in the all. There's a like, a heart, and a 1. Normally I like the heart because most people take the time out to heart it. Most people, they're just scrolling on their phones and they're just pushing the like button because it's something to see. All right, I don't really like using the likes. Sometimes people do things for likes. I don't know why, but anyway, and what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna take all of these these names. I'm going to scroll all, oops, excuse me. I'm going to scroll all the way up, just like that. Okay, work smarter, not harder. Okay, right click, and then we're going to copy those names. I'm going to just exit out of this for just a second, and then we're going to go, if you have a notepad on your laptop, go to the notepad and just, here you go, and just copy paste all the names. Boom, booyah. Okay, and what we're going to do, we're going to take one of these names, okay, and sometimes this is a little tricky because even though you kind of like scroll down and looked at their like profile, picture and stuff and try to see if it's them, some of these names, there's like 10,000 of these people, and if there's like 10,000 profiles of that one name, don't even worry about it, just go on to the next. Okay, all right. And then what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to go to my business account because this is my personal account. I'm going to go to my business account here, and then I'm going to go in the search bar, and then I'm going to paste that name, okay? And if I'm going too fast, feel free to stop and, rewind, okay? All right. And then I'm going to just hover over the name, and then I'm just going to press inbox, okay? So how many of you get to this spot right here? You want to inbox this person so bad, but you don't know what to say or how to do it. You don't know how to, approach the situation. You're kind of like, twiddling your thumbs, a little shy, sitting on the fence, sitting on the bench, sitting in the lunchroom all by yourself. Okay. All right. So this is exactly how the way I do it. Now, if you guys don't have this down, this is going to, become a little bit tricky for you. People normally have scripts, okay? Have you ever had scripts before? Well, think of it as looking for a job or job interview and kind of writing like a cover letter or something like that. There's places that you can go if you look up online or look up on Google and say, what does a cover letter look like? And you can take some of it, not really word from word, but take some of it and say, okay, hi, my name is, we came across each other inside of this group. I have a community where I, help people do this, A, B, and C, D. I was really happy to connect with you. If you want to, connect and talk about business or whatever, just give them the whole shebang about who you are, pretty much. If my computer can listen to me, okay? So these are like little scripts that I have came up in, and it's not even that much, guys. All right, so I came up with these. It says, "Hey, how are you? We spoke in a 10x group. I'm introducing myself. My name is Dominique. I should have connected with you earlier, but I allowed the 10x challenge to get in the way. And yes, it's a pleasure meeting you. I have a community where I discuss strategies on social engagement and how to attract any client you want without fear." Okay, so that builds up a little curiosity to them, this little thing right here. And they're like, that's interesting. And most times when you're doing this, you're going to copy this, the whole thing. Most times you're going to get like a, hey, thanks for, reaching out. Hey, love to connect with you, There's never really been a time where I get the bird. And I used to get that a lot before, and that was only because I was targeting the wrong people, okay? But if you target the right people that are inside the group that you're in and stuff like that, and you're just like really giving them a friendly, hey, hello, my name is, and just like kind of really, being polite about the situation, then you're golden. So if you guys just see right there, I basically just sent this to them. All right. And, yeah. I basically, I don't know if I inbox that person or not, but yeah. So paste the message inside of the inbox, and then you click send, of course. Okay. All right. Moving on. So I'm going to show you guys a the next step of how the way this really works. Okay. All right. So I know that I had contacted somebody earlier. All right. So I did the same thing. They said, "Hey, thank you for contacting me. Hey, I see you in the group." I said, "Hey, thank you for reaching out. I didn't pop you through because there was a questionnaire," and then we just kind of just talked about this. And here is like the breaking of the iceberg. Okay, so I asked this person this. Did you enjoy the 10x challenge? And the person said, yes, I loved it, right? I said, all right. Granton's a fiery person. I love his training methods, straight to the point. So, what do you do? And basically, this is like a conversation, like a back and forth type of thing, okay? I say what I do, they say what you do. I'm building up interest, which attracts them to really like, why does this person want to know about me so much, okay? So, all right. So she says, I'm into network marketing. And I say, wow, that's fantastic. And she says, my goal is to help 5 people to become millionaires. And I said, wow, that's great. And so me knowing I have this expertise on, knowing the behaviors, the difference between people who are at the beginner stage and people who are already, experienced, I want to say. All right. So this question right here, this raised a lot of questions. It didn't really make sense to me. And she says she wants to help 5 people become a millionaire. So I'm like, okay, well, that's a little strange. Have you became a millionaire yourself? I didn't ask her that because that's challenging and that's a turnoff. Okay, you don't want to do that. Okay. I said, okay, wow, that's great. I work with clients that are heading in that direction. I said, I never ask people why have they reached that goal yet? Because people do not search for sales. They search for in the industry that they help other people solve problems and so that they can seek transformation. Okay, so why, if you don't mind me asking this, why is this so important to you to help, people make millions of dollars, right? And she came up with a really, really interesting, answer to this. She said it will change their lives. They can do the same with 5 other people, and really, what I'm hearing this really sounds like a person who's at the beginner stage of an MLN, okay, and they probably are not really being taught very well about how to approach the situation. And so listening to this didn't really seem very, very clear. Okay. All right. I said, gotcha. You got to help yourself first. I said, but by doing that, what about the first person instead of focusing on 5, right? And then, now, if this was a requirement for you to reach 5 people, it then be done. You reach 5 people and then be done. But there's something a little more deeper than that. I don't know your current situation, but yes, see, I have liver failure, and because of a doctor, and I am permanently disabled. I do not want to live off of government assistance and have knowledge from the online space. So I help not just people, but help millions of people that are going through the same thing. And I just told her, gave a benefit of the doubt that I'm very trustworthy. You can trust me. I'm a human being. We all got a little bit of problems. Network marketing is a beautiful thing, and so people tell me, how many people have you? Oh, I'm sorry, I need my glasses. So tell me, how many people you have recruited onto your platform so far? And so she's saying that she's trying to work on, herself and other things, and she hasn't really counted, but she's helped like quite a bit, like 100 people or so. And I basically said, wow, this is a great deal. That's residual income, 30K a month for you, yes, And so it's just like a conversation back and forth. So as you move on and stuff like that, you're going to get it, through time. Now, this takes a little bit of time. Some of you it may be a little quicker. Some of you, it may not be so quick, okay? People love to hear about stories about other people that are going through things. Okay, so if you're in affiliate marketing and you're in a area or living in a situation where resources are very limited, right? Maybe you don't have a cell phone. Maybe you don't have a laptop. Maybe you don't have internet, okay? Now, those things are going to be a little difficult for you to make any money online, but it really comes down to this. You got to understand this about yourself, okay? If you're really struggling right now, you got to focus on what's in front of you first. Think about, okay, if you don't have a phone, you got to get a phone. Okay, so focus on that first. Okay, you don't have a phone, now you don't have data. Okay, we'll focus on that too. Get data. Okay. If you're in a third world country or so, there are places called VPN. Have you ever heard of it? There's a VPN websites that you can go incognito and you are able to browse networks, okay? And I'm not really an expert in this, if it's free or not. There may be some other resources out there that may be free, but if you look it up, on Google or something like that, there may be places out there that you can get. Okay? So focus on that. All right? Then you can do this on your phone. And I also have a training or a video. I'll leave the link in the description on where you can find that video, so that if you have a phone, how to talk to people over the phone as well, with the texting and everything like that, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and this basically is going to go on. This conversation didn't end just yet, but she says, not quite there yet, dedicating everything to God. I said, great. If I gave you a strategy to scale, and tell me, yes, have you at least made $5,000 down your download? Okay. So she says yes, I've already have, and I'm gonna continue with this conversation a little later. Okay. So most likely she's gonna want to scale probably up to like 10,000 or 20,000 or 30,000. Okay. And the conversation is probably gonna go on until tomorrow. So that's basically the approach about it, and that conversation part for that particular post. Okay, so moving on to like the next post, okay, of what I have had in the past. Okay, I'm just gonna do this like really really quickly. Okay, I know that this was really really long, but oh, here we go. I posted this in a mastermind group, but this was like months ago. Have you ever had to deal with a coach or mentor that didn't deliver? Now, I posted this inside the mastermind group, okay? And the comments and stuff like that were phenomenal, okay? Now, with these comments and stuff, I think I just clicked the wrong button. Oops. Okay. Now, with this, this is kind of a little bit more easier. You can just like kind of scroll up, and then their names be on there, and then you can just like keep messaging them and message them about certain things. Okay. Now, most times when it comes to this type of question here, they're going to be like, oh, I had a coach, I'll never do that again, right? When a prospect or a client shows zero interest means that they may be able to change their mind later, and they're saying zero interest. Maybe the time, maybe the value is not, there's something that they're not going to, or they're not going to use it at all, okay? Or what they're feeling. It's those two things. Or there's something coming up, they have an excuse, okay? Sometimes you got to put people on the spot to get to them, okay? And it takes a little bit of, picking at them, pick the brain a little bit. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this this training. All right, so if you guys have any questions, comment down below. Tell me what you think about this video. All right, well, This was once again Dominate Social Engagement with Dominique. Take care. Oh, and if you guys want a free strategy call, DM me. I'll leave the link in the description on how to get a hold.